My name is Agnes Onyekwerejisu, and I have an amazing guest today. I am going to let him introduce himself, but first of all, stand up for the champion. Stand up. Yes, guys, today I have the privilege of hosting the one and only Teach for Nigeria Incubation Hub 2024 champion. Is it easy? Is it easy? It's not easy, guys. Yes. I have the honor and the privilege of hosting. Okay, I said I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Yes, but that's the personality that we have in the house today. And I feel very excited because this guy, don't worry, we're going to let the cat out of the bag later on, okay? So I feel really good seeing that we spent over 3 months, just going through this program. And at the end of the day, it just felt really exciting to see that at least one person gets to work, away with something that can enable him, skill up that project, that impact that he's trying to make in these communities. The idea that all of us came up with, ideas from the problems that we saw in our classrooms, as educators, and then now we are saying, what, this is going to be what we are doing with the rest of our lives. This is going to be something that we are really pushing with everything that we've got. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to pan out. So we are part of the people who are watching you and policing you to ensure that impact is maximized. Yes, so I'm going to let Collins introduce himself. Okay, I've already said his first name, but he's going to do the rest, and we start from there because I have so many questions. You have no idea. All right, so over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Agnes. Thank you for having me here. It's an honor too from my own end to do this with you, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I just know that I don't take this for granted, right? So the name is Navi K. Collins, and I'm the founder of Waste to Design Creation. So Waste to Design, what they do is that we upcycle wastes, environmental waste, into interactive learning material tools to help underserved community learn better. You could imagine if a teacher want to engage a classroom of over 70 students, how would that teacher teach effectively without an instructional material? Now, we're just trying to reduce a resource scarcity by maximizing environmental waste. So that's what we basically do. Thank you.
Fantastic. You guys can see. You see the pitch that won him 2.5 million. All right. So, Collins, my very first question now is, because we're all there, right? So at that point where they were like, and now we've come to the most important aspect of this event, where we're going to unveil the winner of this event. And the winner is Waste to Design. What was the first thing? Like, what was the first thing that came to your mind? Like, because better say the truth though, because I saw your face. Say the truth. What's the first thing that came to your mind? What were you feeling?
Okay, the first experience was that I was shocked. I will not use the word disappointment. I will not use the word that I was disappointed because it's a win thing. I was shocked. Like when they called Waste to Design, I was like literally blown away. Like for the first few seconds after they called the name, I was like kind of confused, to say the least, right? So because I know that when it comes to what I saw on the stage, there are people who did well. You understand? I didn't listen to myself anyway to know that, yes, if I did well or not. But then I know that, yes, I just did my own homework and presented my own idea, right? So I was shocked because I wasn't expecting it, that Waste to Design would come up to be the best or the top among all. So I was just like kind of shocked. That's the thing.
I made a post about every person on this group, every person in the 2024 incubation. And one thing I mentioned was the amount of sacrifice that you also put in. I remember how you literally had to walk in, from transit. You came all the way from Abuja, for that event. Some of us literally just walked into the event, like just walked. But imagine the sacrifice of I don't know when you woke up. Maybe you'd have to tell us that, when you woke up, how you had to hustle for your transport fare, because I know that right now transport fare is not, and from Abuja to this place and back, you must have found a way to put together that you have to now plan. Okay, where will I stay? Abi, I will just show up on that day. How would I plan myself? Or how will I leave my house? How early? That kind of stuff. Like, I know that there will be a lot more sacrifice from your end to just even show up, talk less of the other aspect of things. So maybe that's something that I would really like you to just showcase, because that's not, some of these things just happen, but the real sacrifice that go into some of these events by individuals or participants don't get put out there. So I would like you to just share a little bit about that.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. I think it's just, if I should answer this question, I think I should go back to the background, right, where it started. So initially, I was like kind of reluctant to apply for this Teach for Nigeria Incubation 2024. When the application window opened, reluctant in the sense that I wanted to just focus on something else, like pursuing my grad school. You understand, by applying for applications and the rest of them to gain scholarship outside. So a friend of mine called me and she said, please, if we can, because I happen to volunteer as a program director in a project. So she said, if we can, we should just put in her project for the Teach for Nigeria Incubation Hub. So I said, okay, fine, let's do it. Then on a second thought, she said again, no, Collins, what about the project you did in your community? What about if we increase our chances of one person getting? I said, okay, that's fine. So I had to just dig deep into my archive and start bringing every information that I need for the application process, which I did. Then going forward, I was selected. I told her that I was selected after the rigorous interview. It was that interview was something else. But what I did on that interview there was to say the truth, even in numbers, right? So I don't want to blow any trumpet of what, I don't want to even exaggerate during the interview. I just say it the way it is. So I think someone even had to confirm what I was saying. One of the interviewer went online to check everything that I was saying, and he was saying, okay, everything that he said here is 100% correct. That he has checked every of his posts on LinkedIn, and he saw everything that I said. I said, okay, fine, that's good. Great. So moving forward, so we came to then when I was officially selected as part of the 10 people who will be going through the process, I was like carrying the lady along, saying that, come on, see where I am today. See, just because of you pushed me to do this. And it was a wow. And she kept encouraging me at any given point. So when it get to the point where we had to, after the what's it called now, the online training, that is the virtual sessions, then I was just doing this virtual session, going along with them and ensuring that yes, I pay attention, learning one or two things each passing day. So when it gets to what's it called, the boot camp, I was reluctant, right? But then she said, Collins, you've come this far. Come on, just find a way, right? Because I was complaining about, because I think I have traveled several times. Like I do travel anyway. I call myself the traveling guy, because from Lagos to Enugu, from Enugu to Akwa Ibom, from Akwa Ibom I had to travel to Abia again. So different calls, right? Just to ensure that yes, we do one or two things, right, in the social space anyway. So meeting friends, talking to people, and see how we can leverage what we have in our disposal to ensure that yes, we do something. Because growing up from our own experience, we don't want other people to grow up from the same experience. So that's why we want to create an opportunity where a child might just pick one thing and the child will run away with it, and that will be the only thing that changed that a child life. Nobody knows, right? So I told her that seriously, I spent a lot in this why, and she said, "Okay, it's fine, but I know you've come a long way, so just go, just find a way to do it." So I had to like scratch myself hard. You get, post TFN is not a child's play. Every month when you see gling gling, you know that yes, you smile that big smile, right? So I had to scratch myself, right? I have to scratch myself because the publishing business is not like coming up as usual. You get, so I had to scratch myself to get fun to travel. So then I traveled to the boot camp. Then the experience from the boot camp was this one is enough. You get, I like this one. If I just go home with this experience alone, I think I'm fine and I'm good. Then the only thing I will just wait for is the certification. If they should give me my certificate after this experience, I'm good. Right now, I came on the boot camp. The kind of reception among the 10 of us wasn't that as if these guys, they are not even competing for anything at all. Like we are just like a family, right? There was no moment where you say, these ones that are creating clique, they want to take the they want to win the grant, they want to do this, they want to do that. But the only thing is that I just see everybody as family. Nobody is just like going outside the box to say, let me go win this thing, or let me won't win this thing, stuff like that. I just saw everybody like, I see everybody just behaving like a family, and it is a good thing that yes, there was no this. There's a word I'm looking for that will fit that narrative. I think there is no.
Rivalry.
Yes, exactly right. There's no right. Nobody's doing any form of rivalry against anybody. We're just here to learn. We're here to grow. You understand? So I so much love that fact that yes, all of us came, right? We learned, we interact. At least we even knew each other better and what we are doing, right? So it was just the big takeaway for me, right? So on the event day, when I saw the date, I said, "Are these guys serious?" Like I had to call Esther and said, "See, this date you people fix did it come impromptu or you people just decide to fix the day?" Because on the 12th, the pitch happened on 10th. On the 12th, I was there's a wedding I needed to attend because this wedding is a must for me, right? So I said, "Can I manage the two situation?" So she was on my neck for my what is it called, for my presentation or pitch deck. I never did it, so I just have the rough drafts on one side. So I was looking for somebody to design this thing for me, and Esther was on my neck. So I had to even look for a friend who is doing graphics. I called the guy. I said, "Please, where are you?" He said he's in his house. I said, "I'm coming. There's fire on the mountain, right?" So I came to this guy's house. We started designing the pitch deck. Then we designed, and it was 8 slides. I submitted. Then she called again. She called him, "Please, can you remove the thank you page?" I said, "So the thank you page is the only problem?" He said, "Yes, every slide must be 7." I said, "Okay, fine. Let me find a way to remove it." So I called the guy again. I said, "Please, please, can you do me a favor to remove the last slide? The thank you. Just remove it. We don't need it again because there's nothing there again." So the guy removed. I deleted and I uploaded again. So on the day of thinking if I should travel, because that's the question I asked, is there any like subsidizing our fees based on we are coming from far? And he went straight and he just point blank and he told me that there's nothing from Teach for Nigeria Post to like subsidize you people cost of transportation. I said, "Fine, let me just finish the race." Like sincerely speaking, I wasn't optimistic. I will tell you point blank. I wasn't optimistic. Do you know why I was coming? I was just coming to collect my certificate. That is one, and to finish what I started. I never knew that there's another plan for me, right? So I was just coming that I want to fulfill all righteousness. That I've started this thing. At least it's just the end process. Like just go complete it. That's what I told myself. And Esther was on my neck to just make sure that I had to pay so that this guy would just design it very fast and submit, right? So after that, then I just had to travel. I traveled on Tuesday evening, right? Yeah, I traveled on Tuesday evening to stay in my friend's place, who is even far from the main venue. So I had to just wear one cloth like that because I had to enter different box to even get to that place. So all this Lagos shift for me, shift for me, shift for me, and the rest of them. So I had to just wear any clothes. Then
They fit
I
tear
told
your
Esther
clothes.
exactly. You go to pain me. Oh. So I had to tell Esther, please, can I change in the venue? She said yes, of course. I said okay, fine. So I had to just wear any clothes, then get to the venue and just change to my original the native guy. So that's how I think the sacrifice came from the encouragement I had from my friends, family, and yes, and my teammates actually too, my colleagues, that we are doing these things because like I so much fall in love with small words of encouragement, like especially when my social media manager called me and she just said, please, I know you are tense. I know, yeah, what is in your head now is too many, but just take it easy on yourself and just be fine. Just go do your thing and come back. You'll be okay, right? So those little encouragements, they serve as like fuel for this journey. And to the glory of God, it came out successful. And I'm happy for all of them. And sincerely speaking, I owe them this gratitude. I owe them this part of my life that, yes, these guys, they made this thing right? Despite because I'm not even seeing it. I don't know if they are the ones seeing it. I wasn't even seeing it, but they made me to believe in myself and they made me to believe in the process and the process worth it and everything, every single bit of it worth everything. These expenses and everything. It doesn't even feel as if I scratched myself initially again. So that's what it is.
Oh, at some point I felt teary. I felt like, oh my god, that you see, those are the stories that we're supposed to be hearing, but those things just go under the carpet a lot of times.
Sure.
Imagine all the sacrifices you had to make just to be here. One other person that deserves a huge accolade is Pascal.
Sincerely
Coming all the way
speaking.
from Joss, I cannot even start to think about, you know, um, in fact, he needs to come here. I need to interview him so he gets to talk about his. I love to hear those stories, because that's what really makes it. Because imagine when you said something like you're just coming to collect your certificates, and then God was like, "See, guy, collect these and many more. Collect, receive it." Ah, no, Jesus. I can feel it all. I can oh my god. I'm just imagining you just carrying your check and just walking home. And people were like, this guy is a millionaire. That's nice. All right, so let's move to the next part of this. So I'd like you to just mention, no, not just mention, just talk to us about, we just talked about the first part of, getting the surprise, that it did not occur to you that this was going to happen, right? Um, and then tell us where you are at now and what you are going to be doing going forward, from now, till whenever. Like what are the next steps? That's what I want to hear. What are the next steps for you now and the funds that you've received?
Okay, definitely. There's work to do because apart from the excitement, the joyousness, and the remaining of that, that is what people are seeing outside. A strong baton has been passed to waste to design, right? And this baton is that yes, there will be an expectation from not just we from our own end, but those who funded what we do, those who believe in what we are doing, right? So now going forward, I think the first thing I want to do from my own end personally is to uh, continue the research I'm doing about creative upcycling, right? So that is how I target creative upcycling. So I want to create a handbook, a comprehensive handbook to train teachers. So what I'm basically doing now is going into the Resource Center of Education in Abuja here to see if I can get any useful information on how to build a comprehensive training manual. I know this I'm not doing this alone, but then let me just take the first step, right, of doing the due diligence from my own end and see so that if I'm asking question, I will be asking the right question, right? So and getting the right people to come on board to do this, right? So what I want to do first is to create a comprehensive manual. So this comprehensive manual will be in two folds. Online, there will be a PDF version and there will be a handbook for it. So PDF version, just because of our website, because okay, that is on the way. That is on that side of the story or this other side of the thing I want to say. So the first thing is to create that comprehensive training manual. So after creating it, then we have two versions, online and out offline. So we have to get the physical version so that when we are going for training, it will be easier for us to just go to page 5. This is what we are doing, and the rest of them, right? So that's one. Second thing is we want to build our website. So building our website, I think yes, that's what we want to do, and the website will contain, I think, most of the work we've done and other models that we've not even done, we've not even tried before. Like as we speak, there's something I'm currently working on. I think it's a model on using these bottle covers to design different things. So I'm just trying, getting my fingers dirty to see what I can come up with. So when I successfully come up with that model, I think it will be easy for me to be, it will be easy to be transferable to other spheres. So, but then I think I'm facing a whole lot of difficulty in, I think, should I say, in bringing the what I have in the mind, right, using this bottle cover. But then I'm still at the process. So that's the second thing I I will be doing. Then I think the third thing again is that I want to see if I can engage schools, because here currently in Abuja, I think I'm closer to Kaduna and Abuja together. So I want to look if I can get permission on how to, because I don't want to do it small again in a small scale. I want to do it in a big scale, like getting the permission of key stakeholders in Abuja in primary school, basically first, and then going to see if I can train all these teachers in those schools how to use waste, environmental waste to upcycle in creating instructional material to engage learners in the classroom. So those are the basic two things that is in our fingers right now going forward.
Great. I love it. I love it. And one thing that me personally I would like to tell you is the fact that at this point it's okay for you to say, I'm just going to pause and take it all in. Like, let's take it all in. Really, I'm not joking. Like, just take it
Yeah, I
all in.
understand.
Yes, in fact, if possible, take like a few days and tell yourself, I'm just going to reflect. Don't do anything. Don't get your hands dirty. It's too early. Thank you. It's too early. Eh? Take it all in. Pause. Reflect. Good. Because you know that thing about when you get money, you have this temporary loss of memory. You
Sure,
know
of
what that
course,
happened to you?
for
Good. So
sure.
just take it all in. Take your time and understand what you need to do. Those things that you say you're going to do. Great. Great.
No
So
pressure.
I trust you. You are the only person who is looking at yourself like this. So me, I believe in you. I believe in you a lot. Eh?
Thank
It's
you.
not calling again.
I'll take that as an arm of encouragement. Seriously, it
Yes,
means a lot.
please. Yes, please. We believe in you. Oh. Collins. No, when Collins talks, you know what to, even if you don't want to listen, you'll be like, okay, what are you saying? You have to listen to Collins first. Okay. Yes. You have this commanding presence. At least your voice has this commanding presence. At least most of
Wow.
the sessions we've had, most of it were online. So when you hear Collins, I'm like, okay, oh, let's listen to Mr. Collins. No problem. But that's basically it. So we believe in you, and we believe that you can do so much. And I'd like a lot of, the, let's say the 10 of us to know. That's one thing that I think I got to realize really early. The fact that all of these problems we're trying to solve are valid, very valid. they are very valid. I remember Aramide saying something about the onion, the issues we're going through, especially in the educational space. It's like an onion problem. So they're just different. When you peel it, there's still another shade there waiting for you. You try to peel
Yeah.
one part, there's still another one that is looking, if I fresher and finer, there waiting for you, right? So I believe that we are all
Yeah.
trying to pull one peel. We're trying to pull one
Yeah.
peel. It's there. We just have to, and it's when we decide that everybody's going to peel their peel off. That's when we can really solve this problem, right? So imagine who now? Imagine Pascal doing IDPs. Imagine Shonde doing digital literacy. Imagine
That's it.
Adeyanju doing bullying. Imagine me doing vocational skills for women. Imagine Shulamite doing vocational skills for young adults. Joy trying to see how to create school desks from wastes. And all. I mean, just look at that. So I just feel really excited about this platform. The fact that our paths actually crossed. So I'd like you to, final words would be, are you recommending the Teach for Nigeria Incubation Hub? And why are you recommending this? You talking to people who are watching to say, okay, should I even do this thing? Because initially you had hesitations as well, and you had people who were like, you know what, maybe you should do this thing, right? So at the end of this, so looking in, just looking at it from the end, what's your advice to people who might want to apply for this, going forward? Yeah, based on the fact that you didn't expect certain things, and this is the way it panned out.
All right. So I'll just say this: don't think twice. Just apply. Right? Because now, beyond the seed fund, which is very, very important to scale your social impact project, right? there's this there's this expository learning. I think if I should capture everything in one word frame, right, that would be expository. Because now they taught me in the fundamental of like structuring a foundation from 0 to 1, and it is very, very important. Now, even though I did not win this seed grant, definitely I have learned a lot. Even before even coming to the final pitch, I've already set my team up, right? The social media, because I before now I don't have them, right? I had to look for someone who will serve as an HR for me to recruit a social media manager, right? I did that because if from the lessons I learned, right, from the training sessions. So even without the training session, I would have not done this, right? I moved from 0 to 1, right, and it's still counting. And this one now is just an advantage to what we are doing, right? That money now is not a barrier, so just go get the impact going, right? So that's what I think. So don't think twice, just apply. You might not know, you might be the person, right? So I never knew, I never believed, I never expected, right? But all I just did was follow through the process. But then it was all different story entirely at the end. So that's what it is.
Great. So what was your best part of the entire incubation?
The feeling of me getting down from a hotel room, entering a vehicle that conveys me that somewhere that is a stone throw, I can just run and enter. And you see that feeling. Do you know what I was saying, having in mind? Nabike Collins, you'll never be poor. I will never be poor. You see, like the feeling was outside this world. Like, sincerely speaking, I will tell you for free that I have not experienced such feelings before, right? That okay, I'm just coming down from a hotel room, there's a vehicle waiting for me, I will just enter an AC fitted bus waiting for me to enter. Then I'll just go to class, there's AC in the class. After a few hours of lectures, there's tea break, then coming back again, there's lunch, then going back home, there's dinner. And these things are just not what they want to give you, is what you want, because options are there. Like, that feelings, I can't just take it away. The boot camp was something else. The teachings, the expositions, the people, the facilitators, as if they just knew them from Adams and they just selected those guys that are just exceptional in what they are doing. And I think I said to myself that, man, there's a long way for me to go in learning curve, in my own learning curve, sincerely speaking. Because when you see these people speak, They're not speaking from gibberish. They are speaking from a wealth of experience, right? So, and I think that's one of the things that I'm coveting from them. Sincerely speaking, I'll use that word because I saw mastery, I saw experience, right? Because it is easy for you to come and give a presentation, but it is also hard for you to convince people of what you're the story you're selling, right? So I think that's what they are doing. They are teaching us, but they are selling their story to us. And sincerely speaking, those guys they really did well. I think all thanks to Teach for Nigeria for even selecting, even finding my own project worthy to be among the 10. I think that was just the whole part for me, and I'm thankful for them. Thankful for the selection team. Thankful for the Teach for Nigeria. Thankful for EDC. Thankful to uh, I think the alumni bodies too for working tirelessly behind the scene to ensure that even on the last day I saw Esther. Esther was I think so worked out because she's running two programs unanimously on the same day. So she was on the call and she's even answering to us again. So they really worked hard to ensure that yes, everything was a success, and I owe a big thanks to that. So that's it.
Final question. If your morale was
Wow,
at
there's still a
10%, what's your morale now at?
Okay, I said just to obey the theory of percentage, if there is anything that is more than 100, I think that's what my morale will look like. But right now, as we speak, the morale is 99.9%.
Wow, wow, wow. All right, guys. Thank you. This was so fun. Oh my God. This was so fun to shoot. This was so much fun to shoot. Thank you so much. And thank you, Collins. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
out the time to come and gist with me. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Don't
Thank you
forget,
for
we have
having
stuff we
me.
are supposed to do. You know. You know.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I
Very
know.
good. All right, so guys,
So
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. So bye bye.